Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Twitter Trash. I want to say at the top of the show, if you could do me a favor and check out my latest single, Commander Shepard. It is an original power metal song about Commander Shepard from Mass Effect. You can check it out on YouTube. Dropped a video a few days ago, and it is also available on all streaming platforms. Would mean the world to me if you checked it out. Worked really hard on this song, and I love how it came out. Now, we got to talk about what's going on with Twitter since Elon Musk took it over. It has been a disaster, and it's absolutely hilarious. But before we get into all that, this video is sponsored by, and I'm extremely excited about this, Established Titles. Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland, as well as support global reforestation efforts. Through Established Titles, you can purchase souvenir plots of lands in Scotland, and based on historical Scottish customs, this allows you to call yourselves a lord or lady. Cool thing is they pledge to keep the entire woodland free of any use and commit to planting a tree with every order with their global charity partners. One tree planted and trees for the future. I really believe in what they're doing. That's why I was so excited to be partnering with them, and most importantly, what I like a little bit more than the charity is I can be called a lord. This is something I've always wanted. You all must refer to me as Lord now. The title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. Look at that, baby. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. So pretty. And check this out, the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot within a few minutes of walking distance, thus making you a part of the Some Black Guy Kingdom. And 'tis the holiday season, ladies and gentlemen. Established Titles is actually running a massive Black Friday sale right now. Plus, if you use code SBG, you will get an additional 10% off. So go to establishedtitles.com/SBG to get your gifts now and help support the channel, baby. Thank you, Established Titles. Super stoked to be partnering with you guys.
Supreme victory!
So I made a video recently saying that Elon Musk will destroy Twitter. And I was being very sincere about that because it's clear that he has no experience running a company like this. And he doesn't have ideas. And it was pretty obvious from the get-go that he didn't even want to buy Twitter. He was doing some type of stupid power play, and then he got roped into buying it at the end of the day. And now he's like, I gotta figure out how to make money with this. And he's like, oh, you know what? Twitter Blue, giving everybody a platform, giving everybody a check mark for $8 a month. That's the solution. And people were like, this is gonna be a disaster. Obviously, this is gonna be a disaster. How could this not be a disaster? The Twitter security chief's like, what are you doing, bro? And when it became a disaster, they're gone. They quit. I mean, there were already people before this Twitter Blue thing was happening. They were using their Twitter verification to troll. There was this guy that was pretending to be Billie Eilish and dropping the N-word. He was pretending to be Spotify, doing the same thing. There's people that were already doing stuff like this. What did you think was going to happen? Of course this was going to happen at an absolute alarming rate, to the point where not only is it just going to be funny, which we'll get into all those funny tweets, we're going to focus on the dire consequences that it actually had. So there was this fake tweet from Eli Lilly and company, and they tweeted out, "We are excited to announce insulin is free now." And when that happened, so many people thought it was real that their stock tanked. I mean, just tanked, bro. Eli Lilly dives after fake Twitter account promises free insulin, takes Novo Nordisk Sanofi with it. And so because of things like that, and of course other tweets too that were pretty serious, Twitter Blue has been suspended. As of right now, I have no option to even get it, even if I wanted it. And I thought that was so funny. When I saw that, I was just laughing like it only took a few days for this experiment to fail. Now, to be fair, Elon did try to crack down on some of this parody stuff because it was a little bit of an overreach. So basically the only way you can actually be a parody account is you have to make it abundantly clear within your name. So whatever your title name is that is by your check mark, it should say something like there's a parody in it or something. If not, you'll probably just get suspended. And there's this really interesting thing. I have this what I would call a test account. It's just for, I want to see if on my main account things are going to look well and presentable if I post it. So you use your test account and see if it's going to post well. It's like, say maybe you have 4 pictures you're going to post and you're hoping that everything's going to line up in the boxes correctly, everything looks good, so you don't have to post it and then delete it if it looks like shit on your main account. So I had one of those things, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to call it Barack Obama. And I just found a picture of a picture of Barack Obama with looking like Baraka from MK11. Funny enough, I actually kept bugging Ed Boon to, I said I was gonna go on a hunger strike if he didn't put Barack Obama in MK11. He never answered me, by the way. But my whole point is, I went to go test a tweet, and then it turns out that account is suspended. And I'm like, bruh, I'm not even Obama in this. Like, I'm not Obama. It's Barack Obama. It's not even a parody account. There isn't like there's a real Barack Obama and I'm parodying the this is a fake account of Barack Obama. But that's how crazy shit has gotten. So now let's look at some of the most notorious fake Twitter accounts and some of the tweets that blew up the most. Nintendo of America, like, say if you just a quick glance, if you just look, it just looks like Mario is just giving you the bird. Quick glance, you're just like, what the hell? And so there's a lot of normies that aren't aware of all this stuff, right? So they've probably seen this and they're like, what the hell is Nintendo smoking? But you know, you look closely and you look at the actual @username, and it's not an I Nintendo, it's NL Tendo. So it's Null Nintendo of US. So there's just those little subtle differences, but this thing got 11.5K likes. A Mr. Bean account. Who wants Mr. Bean to eat their pussy tonight? Me. There were sports-related tweets that people took seriously as well. The Brooklyn Nets have released Kyrie Irving, sources tell ESPN. 24,000 likes. There was a lot of people actually believe this because if you guys didn't know, Kyrie Irving's been into a lot of controversy. You know, he's a conspiracy theorist, blah, 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 blah. So people were like, oh no, they released him because of the latest thing that he posted? Didn't happen. A fake one of LeBron James. I am officially requesting a trade. Thank you, Lakers Nation, for all the support through the years. On to bigger and better things. And like, bruh, it looks real. Like, if quick glance, it looks real. Like, you can see where I'm going, where this became an absolute disaster for a lot of people. But let's focus on some of the ones that were obviously fake, were just pretty funny. Nintendo of Europe. Israel will be dealt with, and it will cease to exist if Mario has anything to say about it. Inshallah. Jesus, man. The President of the United States is tweeting out some wild stuff. I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. You gotta try to read it like him, though. I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. George W. Bush. I miss killing Iraqis. And then Tony Blair quote tweets it and says, same, to be honest. That's fantastic. That is chef's kiss. Greasy Rudy Giuliani. Nancy Pelosi and I do not agree on many things, but them things thangin', I'll tell you what. They sure are, bruh. What is she, like 2 billion years old? And not bad. Lots of fake Ben Shapiro ones. There's lots of fake Ben Shapiro ones. The left say I can't make my wife wet. Well, yesterday she pissed the bed. Owned libs. Triggered much? And then if you scroll down enough on that tweet, it just has Trump saying, hell yeah, brother. It's just, this is so much of it. It's also allowed for just look with the check mark. It just, like, look at this account. Drain the Cock Johnson with a verified check mark. It just looks so stupid. It's about dick. It's about penis. I can't believe Elon thought this was a good idea. There's people that revere this guy. Like, this guy's one of the smartest dudes in the world. Yeah, he's one of the richest. He's not one of the smartest guys in the world. He's an absolute charlatan on that. Someone who I've been listening to since about 2010. Thunderfoot has made and a bunch of videos on Elon Musk, just basically destroying all of the stuff that he's promised, all of these stupid things that Elon talks about, and he just dismantles it. Because this guy, Thunderfoot, is an actual scientist, and he's actually brilliant. And so just for example, if you guys wanted to have some extra content to watch, you can watch a lot of those videos, just see how not smart this guy actually is, and maybe just has a lot of smart people working around him, which makes sense. Because like I could launch companies if I had a ton of money. If my family owned an African emerald mine, I could probably launch some big successful companies because I just hire some brilliant people around me to do it. I could also maybe have a successful like space rocket station or whatever you want to call it if it was subsidized by the government. I mean, like, people that are sucking them off so hard for nothing is just astonishing to me. But ladies and gentlemen, I could go on and mine these tweets for days. There's so many of them, but those were some of the bigger ones, some of the ones that really tickled my fancy. There's so much other stuff surrounding this. Who knows what's going to happen? There's a lot of people speculating that the government is going to force Elon to sell this in some sort of way. Hey, maybe this will get subsidized too, and it'll finally become like an actual utility or something. I don't know. All I know is that Elon's decisions that he's made has been disastrous for some people, and it's been funny for people like you and I. Especially even though someone who makes this thing, Twitter Trash, this series, and been doing it since 2017, I'll reiterate this. I'll say again, I would be totally fine with Twitter just imploding. It would not bother me at all. I'd be like, oh, well, end of an era. And then I would go do like Insta Trash, go focus on Instagram because there's a lot of garbage on there. Or maybe focus on TikTok because a lot of people seem to love focusing on TikTok and how much of a garbage app it is, and which it is. I'm on that app and I can't stand it. Some of the most basic stuff that I've posted will just get flagged, and I just don't get it. And I'm like, this site is just garbage. But I digress. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Love y'all to death. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.